Thank you, Coffee members Kristen and Singe, for your support. Hello, we are back with a speed build. I'm Grimmia, no camera today. I'm not really feeling it. My throat's a little fucky, so if you hear me scratching, that's it. If I'm scratchy, that's why. But today we're building a starter plus home in Midtown Meadows, and I was watching Bake Off first off, so that's why there's some intermittent pauses, and I was figuring out what I wanted to do, and there's that greenhouse in the background. So I wanted to do something like that, basically, is what I ended up with. And a starter plus home is bigger than a starter house. This costs $25,000 exactly. I spent every fucking simoleon. It's got 3 bedrooms. It's got 3 bathrooms, technically 2.5, but Sims doesn't differentiate halves. But yeah, that's where I'm at. A starter plus home. So when you make your sim, you start with 20 grand. We all know that. And a starter plus home is like a family home kind of thing. If you make a family with 2 parents and a couple of kids, in this case you'd have 4 sims, you should have enough to buy this house outright. There is a lot of space in it because, well, I ran out of money. Like I said, I spent all of my money in this house, so I ran out. I envisioned in the front there would actually be an entryway and there would be a dining room, and it wouldn't be so weird, you know? So if you bought this and you had extra simoleons, you could add things you might need. But yeah, I had just finished building a Cape Cod style house, and I liked that vibe, so I was trying to do that again here. And I'm just trying to remember how I do. What's fun about coming back to The Sims is trying to remember how I did things. Like here, I was trying to remember how to do a wraparound porch. It's a half hip. You take a half hip and then you just put the pieces together. It's that easy. That's all you do. And I always struggle with it so much. And then I wanted the cheapest columns, not the cheapest columns, but like the cheapest columns that looked good. And these ones are 45, they're from Get Together. And they're not like the normal columns I always use from Get Together, just like the plain square ones, but they kind of match. They match well enough. I have quite a bit of columns, so I guess if you needed some extra money, you could get rid of them. And then we're just adding a back porch. I had to build a ceiling, and then I didn't put a floor there. So it didn't really want to, like, yeah, didn't really want to go. And then I just extended it. I figured I could just get the shape I wanted and then subtract later, which I do. I do have to subtract later. Because I won't have any columns money. I don't have money to place columns in corners. I'm using the wallpaper that lets you do that. And then, like I said, I built the Cape Cod thing earlier, so I kind of wanted to do it again. But a little different. It's not blue, it's brown this time. You know, whatever. Just switching it up. And then I realized how much money I had. Sorry, I was drinking tea. I realized how much money I had. And then was like, oh shit, I have to start using the cheapest possible things here. And at this point, I've probably alt-tabbed over to Bake Off. In my world, 70s week just happened, which is like semi-finals, I think. So I don't know what's going on, but this is Bake Off spoilers for you. Dylan is doing so fucking well. My predictions, all of my predictions are fucked. We did before seeing the first episode, final 3 predictions based off of their Instagram little things on the Bake Off Instagram. And then we did after first episode final 3s, and the only person I have left is after episode 1. I still have Georgie. So, come on, Georgie. But Dylan is so good. Like, I mean, obviously they all are, but he's I'm pretty sure he will win. Right now, yeah, I realize I have no money, so I'm just kind of shrinking everything because I'm poor and I need to make up some money. I did leave that sticking out because it looks kind of cool. If I had more money, I would probably put windows up there. up in the roof. Hang on, I'm gonna get some more tea. Don't go anywhere. I didn't have to go anywhere. I had my kettle with me. We're using the seasons windows because they're 30. I just went in and I put windows and doors, flooring and wallpaper in all of the rooms, figuring I can always come back and change it. Like if I want less windows so I can buy a plant, I can do that. There was no particular challenge to use all of the items or use all my money either, by the way. That's just kind of how it played out. So I did all of the cheapest floor is 4 simoleons, and that covers a lot of flooring. So I just did 4 simoleons floors. And here, to make it look a little interesting, I shrunk that part in between those 2 bedrooms you saw earlier, like a few seconds ago. I can't go back. We can't go back. It's too late. Anyways, I shrunk those bedrooms just so I could save some money, basically. And then I put in one of those roof pieces. I got it to match the slope of that roof piece, and then I shoved it in there. Just, it makes the build look a little bit more interesting, and it saves me some money. That's all I did. I quite like this shell. It is kind of boring, but I do like it. Here I was trying something. So when I grew up, my mom had a trailer, right? And in between her dining room and her living room was that half wall situation. It was like a little half wall, and I used to climb over it all the time as a kid, and she fucking hated it. She fucking hated it. But we had that little half wall situation. I thought that would be kind of cool, you know, to do in here. And then I forgot that I wanted to put the kitchen in that other side. I do move it. Because in that little corner section, whatever, I thought would be great for a breakfast nook. So I do that. But right now I'm just getting not the cheapest things, but I'm getting some of the cheapest things possible just to make sure I have enough furniture for the house. So it's fully functional and it's pretty cheap. But if you had some more Sims, or if you were playing a family in here, you could definitely, you know, upgrade it, yeah? I know I don't have Love Struck. I think that added like a build your own shower situation. This works just as well, honestly, for me. I don't really care. Here's the breakfast nook. I kind of like the colors I chose. I wanted to do something different because it's so boring on the inside. So I went with orange. And then there's kind of some orange grain in that table swatch. But it's really like white and bright and boring in this house. So we have to like get some pops of colors. Now I'm just like staring at my life choices. So I kept space on the walls intentionally for a TV. Foolishly thinking I would have enough money for a TV, which I do, but not really. And then I tried like a desk here, but I don't know. In my head, we would walk into an entryway. It would look nice. And then there would be like maybe a hallway situation. And then there would be different rooms, like off to the left here is the kitchen. That would stay there. And there would be a dining room, and there would be a breakfast nook in the kitchen because that's a very popular thing to have. And then we would have the living room. And then this all kind of turned into an open concept hot mess because I ran out of money. And I'm lamenting, I won't buy kits. I refuse to buy kits. But the Book Nook kit has the right height and bookshelves, and you can make them modular, but I won't buy kits. I think they're stupid. That's my PSA. I have that PSA a lot. But honestly, these ones from Get Growing Up, I don't know what it's called. Those ones work great. They're kind of in the way because they are very tall, but it works fine. And then I did another dining table, a proper dining table. I only gave him 4 chairs because there's 4 beds, or there's space for 4 beds. So yeah, that's what I got. I like putting dressers at the foot of the beds because my aunt has her dresser like that. So as a kid, when I would go over there, like in her bedroom, she had a million throw pillows. She had the comfiest bed ever with a million throw pillows and then a dresser at the foot of the bed. So I like doing that. Honestly, it just kind of makes sense. If I don't have a wall to put it up on and I have room, I will put it dresser there. But now we're just kind of decorating. We definitely have a kid's room with a toy, and then we have more of a teen's room with a guitar. And I was trying to figure out like what kind of dresser a teen would have, and I'm like, oh, this Machino clothes rack is kind of cool, but it's $450, so I got rid of it. And then I was thinking of clutter to possibly use, and then I realized I haven't bought the stairs. I wanted to put this up on a foundation, so kind of took a back to that. This lot is big, okay? Midtown Meadows is big, so I wanted something going on in the backyard, but I couldn't figure out what I wanted. And then I couldn't figure out what I wanted, so I did like a half-ass fencing just so like maybe you would fence it off. And then here I thought like maybe a place to sit would be nice. You could use this space for more skills, honestly. I just end up putting a table and a painting. I hate the pampas grass. I really do. I get rid of it because I remembered I didn't put in a kitchen sink. I hate it. I hate the texture of the grass. It doesn't look right to me. And then I'm just kind of going around deleting things so I can afford a sink. Sims. Now I go around because I have budgeted for flooring and wallpaper in all of the rooms. So now I can go around and change some of them. Which is great because we desperately needed the color. I did make the teen room a little bit edgier with like bat wallpaper. Something got messed up. But now we're just going to debug. I do have the organized debug on, and I've never really used it, so it did take me a while to find everything. Once I finally had it on, you just kind of turn it on and restart your game, and then it adds debug into the catalog, basically, because I want landscaping, and I'm broke, so here we are, just going through debug, looking at stuff. And it's live edit. I wanted live edit this whole time. But yeah, I just added some stuff, you know. Plants and shit. For the landscaping. That's really all I did. I don't think I changed the foundation, so I am glad I covered it with plants, because as I was covering it with plants, I was thinking, I should change this. I don't like it. And then I never did. So there we are. We got some azaleas going on. I know we do azaleas and hydrangeas, which I tried to grow. The hydrangeas are still alive by the grace of the gods. Not sure how, but them bitches still alive. They're not very big, and they're supposed to get to be like 4 foot tall, which is why I wanted them, because I thought they'd be big. But they're not really getting big. They do get too much sunlight, which is unfortunate. That's a flower planter box in debug, and I just raised it up with the 9 key. We did try to grow azaleas, and our soil is not good for azaleas, which is a little unfortunate because those bitches were expensive. It was $70 a fucking plant. I was gonna buy a Coach bag with that shit, but I'm like, no, let's buy some azaleas. And then they died. But anyway, we're just doing like the little Simsy classic landscaping with the lining the edge with the little low-lying flowers and then putting bigger things in there. And then just some terrain paint. But that's pretty much it for the build. No tour. I don't feel like doing a tour. There's nothing I need to playtest, so I'm gonna go. Oh, this is on the gallery. My gallery ID is _Grimmia. You can also find it with the hashtag Grimmia on the gallery, which I don't really know how to search the gallery, so good luck.